Hey there, Erica here with ericacarrico.com, and in today's video I want to talk about my two biggest business failures and the times I've cried the most in my business. Like real talk today. Let's dive in. I wanted to get real with you guys today because we all fail in business. It's part of being an entrepreneur. And actually what I really think is most important to do is that we redefine our definition of failure and realize, look at my view where I'm sitting right now. This amazing mountain lake. It's actually only failure if we don't learn something from it. So I don't actually ever really feel like we fail in business, but I'll share with you the two times that just like I royally felt like I fucked up and totally bombed and cried my eyes out. They're actually both around launching. Gotta love launching. I was holding a masterclass to promote my, at the time, life purpose coaching one-on-one program. And I had never done this before. So it was like a big tech setup for me. I had to create basically like the whole launch promo, and then like creating open cart email sequences. So I had 125 people who registered for the online masterclass, and afterwards I found out that through half of it, they couldn't actually hear me. The PowerPoint was showing, but I had thought I turned my video off and I actually hadn't, so they could see me as well. And I was off here doing these other things, like reading my notes, trying to get all into it. They could actually see me the entire time and I had no freaking idea. I realized that about a half the way through and I was so devastated. My whole body turned hot. I was like bright red, and I was so flustered and embarrassed that I completely forgot to make a pitch at the end. So I didn't even, not only was the whole thing a complete disaster tech-wise, but I didn't even make a pitch at the end. I got off and immediately burst into tears. I'm pretty sure I poured myself a glass of wine. I know I called my husband and said how horrible it was, and I cried for a good 2 weeks after that because I had anticipated it in my mind to not go well, but I honestly didn't think it would go that bad. No one signed up for my program, of course, completely failed launch. So that's the first time I cried for 2 weeks and completely bombed in my business. The second time was just recently during COVID. It was in May, and I was doing another Awaken Your Purpose launch. So my one-on-one program was a group program. Now it's an online course that I launch a few times a year. And this was the first time that I was gonna drive like $3,000 worth of Facebook ads to build this list, right? I think I ended up spending about $2,000 on Facebook ads. I had 500 people through organic and paid advertising that were going to attend this masterclass. 500 people. It was the most I'd ever had sign up for one of my online masterclasses. I was super stoked, but really nervous at the same time. Everybody was at home. My kids were at home. We were homeschooling. My mom was there. She was helping with the kids, and I had no idea how this was gonna go. So I turned up, and freaking like 200 people get on this Zoom call. And nobody had muted their mics, and Zoom did not mute them. And so it was like, bah! Like you could hear absolutely nothing. You couldn't hear me. It was just chaos. I was trying so hard to get everybody to put their mics on mute. It was not happening. Then after about 10 minutes of trying to get everybody to be quiet so that I could actually start the presentation, my internet cut out. Like my internet went down. Oh no, our power went down. The power freaking went down and I lost all internet. My computer shut down, Zoom shut down, internet was gone. And I think it was like maybe for 2 minutes or 3 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, and I was like paralyzed. So finally, once the power comes back on, I'm in tears actually at this point, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm like messaging my team. I'm like, what is going on? Like somebody help, like get in there. What's going on? Can you get in there? Are they still in there? No, my team wasn't responding to me. So finally, I like get back into Zoom and everybody's still there, which I found so crazy. I did not expect that to happen. So I get through the freaking workshop. I'm constantly telling people to turn their mics off, mute themselves. It was just this huge nightmare. Right before I get to the pitch, our fucking power goes off again. And this time it did not come back on. I could never get back into the Zoom room. I couldn't get back into the Zoom room. I couldn't get a hold of my team. Nobody was telling me what was going on. I burst into tears and I I quit. I gave up. At that point, I didn't even try and get back on. And I had a client who stayed in there managing the chat for me, saying, you know, what an amazing coach I am, and that if I could get back in there, I would. And people were like, where is she? Fortunately, people were actually really supportive and just super understanding. But my client said that there were like 90 people in there for an hour. They waited there for a whole hour for me to come back, and I never got back in. I never came back on. And to top it off, my team at the time had scheduled all of my open cart emails to the wrong freaking list. So not only did I spend thousands of dollars building an email list, but I had like 250 people on a webinar that I didn't even pitch to, complete tech disaster, and all the open cart emails went to the wrong fucking list. Huge bomb, total nightmare, lost $30,000 in revenue for my business, and honestly, I think I cried for a good month after that, and that actually put me off launching for probably a good 3 or 4 months. But here's the thing, this happens in business. We fail a lot. We fall, and we have to pick ourselves back up out of the dirt. We have to stand back up. We have to keep going. People need us out there and the work that we're bringing to the world, and we have to get over ourselves. We have to get over our own shit. We have to get past our own failures, and the only way that we're going to be successful, like let me tell you, this month I'm gonna have a $70,000 month, and it's what, 5 or 6 months later, still in the middle of a pandemic. We rise from the ashes because that is who we are. That is what makes successful entrepreneurs. If I can do this shit, you guys can do this shit too. The only way we're actually ever really going to fail is if we fucking quit. So get up, strap your boots on, get back out there, fail some more, stand back up, reach out to me for help. I'll help you build your 6-figure business in my new program, Soul Business Accelerator, your roadmap to 6 figures, so you know exactly how to get to 6 figures. Leave me a comment below. Tell me your biggest business failure. I'd love to hear it and see if it's just as bad, if not worse, as mine. And subscribe so you don't miss our weekly videos. I hope this was helpful for you, and I'll see you in the next video. Say bye, Colorado. We love you.